Morning. Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market conversation, being the 16th of April 2025. So good to have each and everyone around. For those who have been showing up consistently, this is a very big thank you to you. And to you joining us for the very first time, I hope we have a swell time together. Right. Before we head straight to the chat for today's analysis, I'd like to confirm if we can hear me, right? And if you can hear me, I'd like to crave your indulgence. Kindly share the link to this market cover session with everyone on your various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. Right. So while we're still doing that, we'll just head straight to our analysis for today because we are behind time. So for this session, I will be analyzing the XY, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Right after that, CJ will be coming up for his own analysis on precious metals and the yen basket. Right. So on the XY, the monthly time frame, as seen right here, we have been seeing price tanking to the downside and grabbing this liquidity right here. Grabbing this liquidity right here. So on the weekly time frame, as seen right here, we've even seen price breaking even lower, right? So price should fully trade below this very low at 100.327. And on the daily time frame, as seen right here, we're even seeing more push to the downside. And of course, we know that we don't want to sell at discount. We always want to sell at premium. So I'd like to see price retracing into this very order block right here before I continue the sell on the XY. Order block right here at 102.784. Right. And on the 4-hour time frame, pretty much on the 4-hour time frame, right? It's pretty much same thing. I want to see price retracing into these very fair value gaps right here. It's fair value gaps right here. There's a fair value gap at 101.552 and another at 102.295. So these are my points of interest. I want to see price retracing into these levels before taking any moves in the market, right? And on the 1-hour time frame, I can spot the classic box pattern that we usually use for our market color sessions here. There's a shoulder right here at 102.569, and there's a sweep to the upside, sweep to the downside. All I want to see is price retracing into the shoulder at 102.569. My bias still is sell for the XY, but I want to see price retracing into these various levels that I have called out. So yes, I am looking out for a buy to sell on the XY and down to GBP USD. GBP USD on the monthly time frame, you can see even more breaks to the downside. And on the weekly time frame, as seen right here, right, shoulder right here, sweep break. Price actually returned into this very shoulder at 1.32440 and reacted off it a bit, but then we are even seeing that price is tending more to the upside. Where do I think price is going to? Price is coming to clear this very high right here. This high right here. The high at 1.34327. That's where price is coming for, right? And on the daily time frame, we haven't seen more push to the upside on daily time frame, right? So we want to see some retracement. We want to see some retracement before continuing the buy on GBP USD. And of course, these are my various points of interest, right? Should see some retracement into these very levels right here, right? Retracement into this fair value gap at 1.30411 and further down to this fair value gap at 1.29085, right? Because prices are premium, we want to see price retracing to some discount level for, making moves in the market, right? So on the 4-hour time frame, I can even see something more interesting. I can see something really interesting, rather classic box pattern, right? Shoulder right here, sweep, break. We want to see price retracing into the shoulder at 1.29085. And once price retraces into this level, I will be taking buys on GBP USD. Of course, I'm looking out for a sell to buy on GBP USD. I want to see price retracing into this very left shoulder on the 4-hour time frame at 1.29085. Right, and last on my list being Euro USD. The monthly time frame right here, we can see that price has, cleared this very liquidity on the monthly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, right, we have even seen price clearing this very double top that we have been looking out for weeks. And we're seeing even more push to the upside. Down to the daily time frame. On daily time frame, we're even seeing more breaks to the upside, right? So we know that Euro USD wants to keep buying. And of course, we want to jump into the opportunities to buy to win the market. So where do I want to take the buys from? I want to see price retracing into this very other block at 1.09493 on daily time frame, and down to the 4-hour time frame. What am I looking out for price to do? Fibing this most recent swing from point A to point B on the 4-hour time frame. Price should at least retracing to 61.8% fib level right here. Is the fair value gap right here. Various points of interest coinciding with 61.8% fib level. So once price retraces into this very level on the 4-hour time frame, I am willing to pull the trigger for a buy on Euro USD, right? So down to the 1-hour time frame. In 1-hour time frame, I can spot the classic box pattern again, right? Price is always creating liquidity, grabbing liquidity, and continuing in the direction of the market. So there's left shoulder right here at 1.10060. The shoulder right here, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. What I want to see price do is retrace into this very left shoulder at 1.10060. And once price does that, I am willing to continue the buy on Euro USD because I always want to buy at discount, sell at premium, right? So I'm looking out for a sell to buy on Euro USD, a sell to buy on GBP USD, and a buy to sell on DXY, right? So these are my outlook for today. Please, if we have questions at this point, we can start typing out our questions. Unmute yourselves, ask questions. You've seen a different bias from what has been analyzed. Kindly type in the chat box and we'll be looking at what you're seeing together. Right, while we're still putting down our thoughts and trying to ask our questions, I'd like to announce that registration for the ATM cash flow training is currently ongoing. You can do it, chat us up on 081 6099 5030 to reserve your slot, as there are very limited slots for the training. And right after that, we'll be having FX Bootcamp. We'll be having FX Bootcamp training coming up at the last week of April 2025, right? The box pattern is just one of the many ways that we enter the market. If you want to see the other strategies that we use in entering the market, registering for the FX Bootcamp training is a good way to start and a good place to start. Again, chat us up on 081 6099 5030, and we will be helping you with registration and enrollment processes. All right, so I can see questions in the chat box. I'm pretty going to assume that the analysis is quite clear, right? So we're going on a very brief break right now, and right after that, CJ will be coming up for his analysis on precious metals and the end baskets. Cheers and God bless you all by 2 p.m.
All right, good morning and welcome back to the market color for today, the 16th of April 2025. We're going to be proceeding with this market color as we take a look at the following pairs, starting off with we'll continue with these pairs as we're looking at gold against the dollar, and then we'll look at one or two other yen related currencies before we wrap up today's market color. All right, so now let's look at gold together. If you remember a couple of days ago, I told you all that we're anticipating to see gold trade to 3,250. Right now, it's traded to that price point, and that was a very good ride for those who were able to take advantage of it to that place. Now, we are expecting a retracement on gold anytime from now. So when we start seeing signs of that retracement, we could see gold retrace to 3,250 and then start buying back up. Right now that 3,250 has been cleared, the next point of interest for gold, or the next new place that gold is going to be seeking price discovery from, is 3,500. Okay, so that is like the next target on gold. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, gold is pretty much in a premium level. It has bought and it's in no reference zone, so there's almost nothing to reference where price is going to turn away from. So if you put it on a monthly time frame, you see this is just the new all-time high of gold. Gold is just creating all-time highs upon all-time highs. So on the 4-hour time frame, there's pretty much nothing clear that we can see right now. So if you look at the 1-hour time frame as well, it is very well in a premium zone. So what we'll just be waiting for on the lower time frame, 1 hour and 15 minutes, is to see a retracement. If we see a decent retracement Then we'll be taking off from there and buying gold further to the upside. One of the places I'm expecting a retracement is somewhere around 3,250, which is right here. Okay, so I want to see price trace to this 3,250 and then take off as we attempt to trade it all the way to 3,500. That is the new next target for gold. So that is where I'm expecting gold to trade to, and I expect that it's going to get there in no distant time. All right, so that is my analysis for gold. Now let's look at other pairs as we expect gold to retrace. So before we look at other pairs, quickly, let me just, as usual, show you my projection using the path tool. So from here, then we should be heading to 3,500. Let's switch to the monthly time frame, so we'll be able to see 3,500. Okay. All right, so 3,500 is the next target for gold. So we're expecting it to get there, maybe possibly during this particular quarter that we're in. So gold might trade all the way to that level by this quarter. So just one more thing. Okay, exactly. So this is what we're expecting to see on gold, for it to trade all the way to this price point that we've analyzed so far. Okay, so if you see a retracement of gold, we should be expecting it to get to 3,250, and then we'll be buying it back to the upside. Now, one thing I would urge you all to be very cautious about is the fact that sometimes when you're seeing, or when we're anticipating retracements like this, it may not be as deep as we expected it to be. All right, it may just come and give a very brief retracement and then start buying back to the upside. And the major reason for this is because of the main fundamental that is engineering this bullish move on gold. So once that fundamental is still playing out as fast as possible, then you'll be seeing gold trading to the upside as fast as possible as well. So we should be careful with our anticipation and our expectations on gold, so that we are not disappointed and left without a trade. So in that regard, another thing that we're looking out for is this other block as another point of interest for gold on the 15-minute time frame. So we could see price get into this level here and then start buying back up, or trade actually all the way to this level that we've analyzed. So we're going to shift this and then show you this other path that we're expecting price to travel to. So if you see price in that particular order block and you start seeing signs that it may want to resume its uptrend from that level, then you should be ready to take another round of buys to the upside, or at least to 3,300 when it gets there. Okay, so this is our expectation, right? So to just round it all off very quickly, gold has broken 3,250 price point. The next level we're expecting it to trade to is 3,500 price point. And for it to do so, we're expecting some retracement from the 1 hour or the 15 minutes time frame. We're expecting it to retrace to 3,250 or 3,285, which is another block on the 15-minute time frame. And the 3,250 is a previous resistance zone on the 1 hour time frame. So if it retraces to any of these two areas, we're going to be taking our buys to the upside for gold. Okay, so hope that analysis is clear and our bias is very objective for you, so that you can know how to replicate it on your various charting platforms to take advantage of these trades. Now let's move over to the yen basket. Now, very funny price movements have been going on the yen basket for the past couple of days. I'm running into about almost 2 weeks now since let me see the dates exactly. So since on the 7th of April, that is about 2 weeks ago or so, price action on the yen basket has been very funny. It's been choppy, no clear direction. It's just been stagnant within one particular range. So the most reason for this is because there's not been any clear fundamental, there's not been any clear direction on the yen basket since then. So until we get a very clear direction on the yen basket, then we'll start seeing price moving in the direction that we projected, which is to the upside. Now, remember that we said we wanted to see the yen basket break this high and then break this other high right here. So it has touched this high. Right now, it retraced, and we're expecting it to go ahead to break that high of around 7,400 on the yen basket. So our bias on the yen basket hasn't changed. We're still very bullish on the yen basket, and I expect it to continue being so that we can trade it all the way to the upside. Right now, it looks as though price is getting its touch back again, and we might see normal price action resume on the yen basket moving forward. So looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that it's quickly reversing to the upside. And then on the 1-hour time frame as well, you're seeing the movements and the reversals taking place. Price is now trading to the upside for the yen basket. So for us to be able to take good advantage of this, we would need to trade it along with what we're seeing on the yen basket on GBP JPY and on Euro JPY. Now, talking about GBP JPY, let's go and look at what price has to offer us on that pair. So for GBP JPY, we're expecting it to start selling going forward. Now, just like the yen basket, it had a bit of a choppy period for about 7 to 9 days trading period. Right now, it looks like it's going to resume its trend like the yen basket is doing. So for GBP JPY, I'm expecting to start seeing sell signals from where price currently is so that we can short it all the way to the downside. Now, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, it has a much more clearer price action, and we're expecting that to continue the sell and then sell off all the way to take out. Let me just point out a few places. One of the places that we're expecting it to take out is 184, right? We're expecting to see GBP USD clear that level, 184. And then after it clears 184, we're expecting to see it clear 180. So those are target points for ourselves on GBP JPY, I beg your pardon. So let's look at for possible trades on the 1-hour time frame. Now, on the 1-hour time frame, price is showing us clearly that sentiment is agreeing with technical analysis, and we are possibly going to see a resumption in the sell-off for GBP USD. So what we'll do at this point for GBP USD is to look out for our entry. So I would advise you all, whatever entry pattern you have or entry signatures that you use, you should start looking out for them on GBP JPY, and then we'll take it, ride it all the way to the downside. Now, one thing you should also be cautious about is that since GBP JPY creates this diagonal liquidity in this form, one thing that may happen could be to see price come and take it out before finally selling. All right, so price could take out this diagonal liquidity before selling. So if it does that, we could sell a little above these price points right here. But if it doesn't do that, then anytime we see our entry signature, we're just going to take it. So this is how I'm going to approach GBP JPY, okay? So let me just go over it one more time before we move to the next pair. I want to sell GBP JPY. Sentiment is showing me that GBP JPY is very bearish because the yen basket is resuming bullish trend. For me to do so, I'll come to 15 minutes time frame or 1 hour time frame to look out for my entry signature, because where price is a very good place to sell. It's at premium and you should be selling from there. So for me to be able to sell, I'm looking out for any of the entry signatures or candlestick formations that I use to take my GBP JPY sell. So once that plays out, I'll be selling GBP JPY. And if that doesn't play out, I could wait for price to come and clear out this diagonal liquidity, and then I'll sell it when it has finished taking out all the liquidities in the up direction, okay? So that is how I'm going to be approaching GBP JPY sell for today and for the rest of the week. Now, finally, let's look at Euro JPY. Now, Euro JPY is looking a little like GBP JPY, but there are a few differences that Euro JPY is showing us. Now, based off sentiment, Euro is looking weaker than GBP, and you can see that taking effect with how Euro JPY has sold off compared to the sales on GBP JPY. So let me just quickly show you GBP JPY once again for comparison's sake. So you can see that GBP JPY is just resuming its own sell, while Euro JPY has already extended its sell by, I think, an arm if we're using normal candlestick formation. So now looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, you'd also see that it has broken this choppy structure and now it is retracing. Currently, it is in a good place to sell, so we could start looking out for entries for the sell on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, sorry. One of the places I would want to take a sell from is the other block, which is close to the high of this week. All right, so this level right here would be my point of interest for a Euro JPY sell. So I want to see something like this, and then I'll sell it targeting all these lows. Okay, so this is what I'm looking out for on Euro JPY. A sell-off into this region, and then maybe a retracement afterwards. So I'm waiting for Euro JPY to trade into this other block, and then I'll sell it to the downside. This is my projection for Euro JPY. No much confusion, and I believe this is very, very clear to everyone who has been watching. So if you have any question or any comment at this point, I'm open to taking questions and comments from you all so that we could wrap up today's analysis. So if you have any question or if you have any other contrary bias, feel free to let me know so that we can take it up with you live here on this call. Okay, so let me take it. Okay. All right. So there's no question. We're just getting comments from Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis says, I appreciate you guys a lot. Yeah, we also appreciate you for showing up and coming around for the market color. And then Mr. Victor John, thank you also. Thank you for your kind words and your kind comments. So let's look out for these things. We're looking to buy the dollar, where the gold against the dollar, okay, when it trades into our point of interest, which is the 15-minute order block, or the previous resistance on the 1 hour time frame. And then for Euro JPY and GBP JPY, we're looking to sell them because the yen is resuming its buy trend. For GBP JPY, we want to see it show us entry signatures, and then we'll sell or take out the diagonal liquidity. And for Euro JPY, we're looking for it to trade into the 1 hour order block, and then we'll sell it from there. So these are the bias that we have. And this is where we're going to be wrapping up the market column. Now, if you're interested in learning how to run these kinds of analysis on various other currency pairs or asset classes that you trade, feel free to send us a message on our WhatsApp number, or you can send a DM on Telegram or drop a comment on YouTube so that you'll be followed up to the appropriate channel so that you can make your inquiry on how to learn to trade just like we're doing. And then we can also give you follow-up classes, mentorship, and guidance for a 6-month period, and even extend it to a 12-month period so that you can come out a better trader and fix all the challenges that you're having based on trading. Okay, so if you're interested in getting our mentorship program, our classes, our courses, make sure you send us a DM so that we can get you started immediately. Now we're going to come to an end we're going to bring this market color to an end, and then we're going to meet later today around 2 p.m. for the New York market color, where we're going to do a brief recap of what we did this morning and see how price has followed our analysis, and then show you what we expect to see for the remaining part of the day. Until then, wish you good luck and good trading. I'm CJ. See you by 2:30 p.m. GMT+1. Cheers and God bless.